Hey guys, 219 Tiger here, and you've probably seen by the title of this video what it's going to be about, and it's something I kind of wanted to talk about for a while. Just recently, a WWE superstar came out talking about it. Braun Strowman, for those who watch wrestling, talked about having being bullied and body dysmorphia, and it is a serious thing. It does happen in men. Like, a lot of people think it's strictly a female thing. It does happen with men. Men do get eating disorders. You'd be surprised what shocking things you could actually learn. And not everything is strictly happens with females. Men, surprisingly, men do get breast cancer. Shockingly, it's rare, but it does happen, and it's nice to see somebody come out, and talk about it. You know what I mean? And especially for men, because it's hard for men to talk about certain things sometimes. It really is, and it's never easy. Me, I've battled an eating disorder. A lot of men don't talk about that, because we're taught we have to be a certain way, and I think it needs to be talked about more, especially from the male aspect of it, because, like I said, people think certain things only happen with females, and it seems like it's because the majority of the time more females come out than men do, and I kind of want to shatter that a little bit, because it's something that universally we need to discuss, and we need to keep talking about it. And this is why I'm making this video. So there we go. Now, I do want to give a big, huge, special shout out and thank you to Braun Strowman for coming out with a story, because that, it's nice to even see that, things happen with men, and it's nice to know that, we are not cut out alone. So, I would like to give it a special, I would love to give a special shout out to Braun Strowman. Thank you. Because, like I said, a lot of it comes down to, it's looked at that only females get certain things, and men don't, and it happens with men, it's just men don't talk about it as much as females do. And I know, there's a difference between, because we all have something we don't like about ourselves. I've always been insecure about my hair color. That's why I dye my hair. I've always been insecure about my height. And yes, I've battled an eating disorder, which was due to my mental illness, because when I'm upset, I don't eat at all. And for a while, I was actually just living off of coffee and cigarettes for a while. But there's a lot of people that take it to a obsess point. I have had many friends that talk about, I want to get breasts, my boobs are too small. I need to get boob implants. This outfit don't look good because I don't have boobs, or this, that, or whatever. And I always try, I try to, you're beautiful the way you are. You don't need boob implants. And I get it. A lot of it is self-esteem. But at what point with the do you stop there? And I think that's why a lot of people get plastic surgery, is because of body dysmorphia. It's because they can't stop, and it becomes addicting. And believe it or not, I mean, having plastic surgery is expensive and dangerous. And me personally, I think a lot of it is, I think, this is my personal. I don't think you need plastic surgery unless your life is in danger. I mean, honestly, unless I know people that have had breast cancer, that have had the breast removed, and got implants. That's one thing. I mean, but a lot of the times, it is a society within its own, boob size and this matters. Your looks completely matter, your personality doesn't, type of thing. And for me, I think if somebody should love you for your personality, not what your body looks like, but your personality and your mind. Because you could have a great looking body and be the shittiest person on the fucking planet, to be quite honest. There are some professions where, yes, there is body dysmorphia. I mean, obviously in professional wrestling, and a lot, Braun Strowman had in his head that he wasn't big enough. Even though the guy is 6'8" and weighs 385 pounds, he thought he wasn't big enough. And that thought of not being good enough. I mean, it is the same thing. And most certainly probably can lead into eating disorders. Oh, I'm fatter than what I really am, so therefore you stop eating. I'm not small enough, or I'm not big enough. And trust me, I've always hated my height. I'm always the shortest person. Out of all my friends, I am the shortest person. I'm only 5 foot 2. And being a man at 5'2", it is kind of hard. I've lost out on dates because, oh, you're short. I don't date short men. So that's kind of led to some insecurities about my height. I mean, there are some days where I love myself, and there are some days I hate myself. Dude, I'd like to blow myself up and start over. I used to think my legs were bigger than, my legs are fat. I hate my legs, they're fat. That type of thing, I think a lot of it comes down to perception. And I think sometimes a lot of people may not agree with me on this, but I think sometimes, I've always said this, I think beauty magazines promote low self-esteem. Because if you look at a lot of them model size 0, they're underweight. People think that, if your ribs hang out, you're attractive. To tell you, in the real world, that's not the case at all. It's this belief you have to look a certain way or you're not attractive. And everybody is beautiful in their own way. I'm a firm believer everybody is beautiful in their own way. And I think a lot of that is your, like, to me personally, your boob size don't matter as long as you've got a good personality. And this, well, my boobs are too small. I don't look good because look, somebody should love you for your personality, not your boob size. And I get, like, a lot of it is confidence. Because trust me, I have very low self-esteem. I have very low confidence. Like, I mean, I'm one of them. Oh, that girl is way out of my league. She's way too gorgeous. What would she ever want to be? Why would she ever want to consider being with a guy like me? Type of thing. And I've dealt with that my whole entire life. Like, I've dealt with that my whole entire life. And so, yes, I have had very low self-esteem. I think, and that's where the body dysmorphia comes in, is that, like, this perception of you have to look perfect or you're never going to get anywhere in this world. If you don't look a certain way, oh my God, you're never going to be, it's this it is a mental illness. It is a complete mental illness. And I think it's something that also needs to be talked about, along with mental illness. Because you got to realize, mental illness spreads a wide spectrum. It's not just eating disorders. There are several different eating disorders. So it goes beyond being bipolar or just manic depressive or whatever by proxy. A lot of it is mental illness has a wide spectrum. You know what I mean? I have a friend who is an older gentleman who is schizophrenic. Now, he gets, like, a lot of people are afraid of him. He's one of the nicest guys on the planet, by the way. I mean, he's so kind. It's something he can't control, by the way. And he is on medication for it. It is still well taken care of. A lot of it comes down to, again, the stigma with mental illness. This is why we must talk about, and we'll hammer this home till I turn pink, purple, blue, whatever. We need to discuss mental illness because the stigma around mental illness is bad. And believe it or not, your mental illness does not define who you are at all. I know people that, if they never told you, you wouldn't know. There's a few people that I know that have body dysmorphia, and they struggle with it, but they are getting help for it. And yes, you should go see a therapist, or, look it up. Talk to your therapist. If you got a case manager, talk to your case manager. We have to have a conversation about these things, because if we don't, it's going to be really hard. And like, again, and I do want to thank Braun Strowman for coming out and talking about it, because it is not something that you would even think. And yes, professional wrestlers are people too. Like Alexa Bliss, who was a women's champion for them, had an eating disorder once upon a time. There's some that do have depression. There are some that do have an anxiety. So, just because you're famous doesn't mean you're immune from this. Just, and I know a lot of people are that I haven't addressed this, talking about Kanye West. Kanye West has a mental issue problem. He can't help it. It's out of his control. And until he gets the proper help that he needs, it's going to keep happening. We need to be kind to these people. Yes, I know what he says is outlandish and bad, but you're not helping the matter by being ignorant. Okay? And it's clear, Kanye West needs help. The man has mental issues. Whether it's schizophrenia, whether he's bipolar, or whatever, I don't know, I'm not a doctor. But I do know he's got mental illness, okay? So please be kind to him. Negativity does not help. And, you know what I mean? Just know that everybody is beautiful. I'm going to end the video here. Please stay strong, stay lucid, and until next video, guys, I'll see you soon. Please take care of one another, be kind. We definitely need it these days. I love you, and I'll see you next video.